Hello, Tuensang. Hinigase. Wow, I'm loving the crowd. Respected Brigadier Vikram Singh, Commander 7th Sector Assam Rifles, all the civilian dignitaries present here, and to everyone, the local population of Tuensang. A very good morning to you all. It is an honor for me to be standing here in front of you all. I am so humbled and grateful for giving such an opportunity to me, the topic I always wanted to talk about. So I would love to thank my collaboration team, the Kipa Foundation and the Social Welfare as well for making my dreams coming into reality, my vision coming into reality. The reason standing here today to share a message and a topic about anti-drug. Most of the topics and the message that I wanted to share, our Dr. Seni Logmat has already covered it. Thank you very much, Doctor, because those are the topics which I wanted to share. So, shall I go back now? I really thank our doctor, for real, because the topic that he has shared to you all is also relevant, and those are the topics which I have been sharing it in the two other districts which I have covered in Dimapur and Mokokchung. So just like he has said, there was an entire generation where it was faced by the death. They faced these fatalities due to drug abusers. There are a lot of different age group of generation present here, and I want to know which age group of generation are most in number. So can I see the hands of those Generation Z, Gen Z here? I'm also from Gen Z. People born from 1997 to 2012. Can I see the hands? Wow. Wow. Most of us. Okay. Why am I talking about this generation? I want to talk about 4 generations today, starting from the baby boomers to Zoomers. So Zoomers, as in us, the Gen Z, baby boomers, people who were born from 1946 to 1964, Gen X, Generation X, that is people born from 1965 to 1980, then comes the millennials, that is Generation Y, people who were born from 1981 to 1996, and us, the Generation Z. And before that, how can I not thank the Assam Rifles, right? It has been more than a couple of times that I have been collaborating with the Assam Rifles. And I cannot help but truly appreciate the excellent work they have been standing as a beacon of hope, not just in the fight against this drug, but also in various activities for the welfare of us, the society, the people. Their comprehensive approach encompassing awareness, rehabilitation, law enforcement, and youth empowerment exemplifies a commitment that goes beyond conventional military duties. Thank you very much. So let me talk about the baby boomers generation, because that was the first ever generation in the history to imply this widespread of drug users. They were actually born with great physique, with brilliant skills, but because of this introduction to their drug users in this generation, their physique became distorted and faced a lot of death. Most of them were during their 20s. So just like our doctor has said, the entire generation, we lost. There comes the next generation, that is Generation X. So this generation were less on drugs. Why? Because they were cautioned. They were cautioned of what happened during the baby boomers generation. So this generation, they focused more on education and they were living a good life. They were living a good life. My parents and present here, our dignitaries, most of them will be in Generation X as well. So they are living a good life, and we can see that, right? So the next generation comes the millennials, that is Generation Y. So this generation, my elders, most of my elders in my families and cousins, they are from this generation, millennials. So this generation saw less death due to drugs because their parents were doing good and their parents provided everything that they wanted. So this generation, again, this generation started with the high risk of drug users again. Because one thing, most important thing, is because of social media. We thought that it's glamorous and glitz and cool when we see in movies all about drugs, right? There comes our generation again, the Gen Z, most of us here in our 20s, early 20s or teenage. We are the generation with the highest risk of these drug users. Why? A lot of curiosity in us, wanting to try everything, wanting to do everything. Yes, it is good. It is good to enjoy life. We want to enjoy our youth life as much as we want, right? I also do. So we, the generation where we are getting to learn everything from social media, from the internet, we want to try everything. So this curiosity is the reason why we have the highest risk of these drug users, this drug addiction, getting into drug addiction. A doctor have already said about people do not get into this habit of drug addiction because they wanted to. It all starts by a taste, right? Example, some of you might go for a trip and you taste it there, but you come back home getting addiction to it. So it all started by a taste, a single taste of this drug. There are so many reasons why people get into this drug addiction. So many reasons, because of your friends, because of the social media, like I have said, we want to look cool and we thought that it's glamorous. And some because of financial issues that I have seen a lot. We know about this very popular drug sunflower right now. So because of these financial issues, people are getting into this drug, dealing with the sunflower as well as getting involved in it, right? I personally had a personal counseling with a person who was addicted with this sunflower as well. So he didn't start directly from his friends or such. He was actually a storekeeper. So a person came to him asking him to sell sunflower from your store, and maybe the revenue was quite good for him that he wanted to start doing business from there. So that's how he started selling. He didn't try, but he was selling it. But one fine day when he was about to sleep, he couldn't sleep, so thought of trying it, because he don't just buy it, he just sells it, right? So he thought of trying it, and that's how he got addicted to it now. So that is how people get into the addiction. That's how people start. So why? This topic, spread the word. It's alright, it's the wind, right? I can continue my speech. So, spread the word, save life is the theme I really want to focus today. Spread the word, save life. Giving awareness to our generation right now is very important, because like our doctor has said that people are not getting into addiction with the ambition of that. So, what is this sunflower, and how is people getting into this addiction without knowing it? I had an information from an expert who was describing me about what sunflower is. So what I heard is say that it is derived from the drug opium. It is derived from the drug opium, which comes in the form of powder, and people either use it as an injectable drug or they either inhale it as well. So when a person inhales this sunflower drug, the receptor creates space in the brain, in a person's brain, and the dopamine releases into that space. So it seems the amount of dopamine that is releases inside this brain the first time a person inhales this drug is so much in amount that sunflower drug is one of the most amount of dopamine that is released than any other drugs available in the world. Itu drug mohan kharamde, manu ekta kharamde. Itu receptor de space brain de receptor wa space build kuri de mohan itu drug khaishikule. To itu drug khaishikule do dopamine spread hui jai bitore mohan brain space de. To mohan itu dopamine ra space kuri de do iman bishi amount ra spread kuri de alag drug nishna lamina. To itu sunflower iman karazinga. So this sunflower is very, very powerful. The only, just from the first time that you inhale. So you will experience a state of euphoria and its effects for 6 hours. And after 6 hours, a person will want to inhale this again to experience the hype, right? So when a person inhales this drug again, the same amount of dopamine will spread, will create another space in the brain, and it will spread. And even though the same amount of dopamine is spread inside the space, the person will not feel the same hype as the first time he took. So this person will want to take a little much more than the first time he took, a little much more in amount. So that is how this vicious cycle continues in this person. The tolerance in a person over time changes, and there will come a time when a person will want to quit. He will want to quit this drug for so many reasons, of course, for his professional or personal reasons as well, from the social, from his friends, because of financial issues, right? So there will be so many reasons that he will want to quit, but it will be too late for him to quit. Why? Because he will experience those withdrawal symptoms, which our doctor was saying about. He will already start to experience those symptoms, withdrawal symptoms. So he may want to go for medication, maybe local pharmacies for such painkillers, or other form of drugs as in alcohol. But those will never replace the space that the person feels the hype, the state of euphoria when he takes the sunflower drug. So this is how a person falls into this trap. So our doctor said about OST, right? OST. So those are the treatments. In Dimapur, I was saying that this is not just a person's disease, but a family's disease. But I rephrased it in Mokokchin and said this is not just a person's disease or a family disease. It is everyone. Everybody has a role to play. Yes, everybody has a role to play here. The governments, the NGOs, the societies, the schools, the families, and us as an individual. Because we cannot fight this battle alone. We can never fight this battle alone. I am thankful to the government. I am so happy to learn that this policy, the Nagaland State Drug Users and Prevention Policy 2020, is under an amendment process. How good is it, right? It is under the process. I really hope that they will implement it as soon as possible. And in Mokokchung, I was appreciating the churches because church has a very primary role to play when it comes to this type of issues. So in 2011, the Mokokchung Town All Baptist Church, they started this detoxification camp for the drug users. And after them, a lot of churches in different districts started initiating these programs as well. So I am not known about how the churches in Tuensang are they initiating or not, but I would really appreciate if they initiate such programs, camps for the drug users as well, because church really has a role to play in it. And addiction is something which is not to be punished or discriminate them in another sector, not to expel them from church, nor not to expel them from the school, but it is a disease which needs treatment. Because it can be cured only by the treatment, the proper treatment, and the good supporters around, from the families, from the treatment, from the hospitals, or from rehab, from your consultant, from your counselor. So, just as I have said, everybody has a role to play in this. So let us come forward, cooperate together, and look for the better future, so as we can spread this awareness, spread these words, and save lives. Because it is all important to see the changes in the developments that is happening in our state, the road conditions. It is becoming better and better. We can see the change in developments. And don't you think it's equally important and even more important to save lives? To save lives. So let us not be the generation, the same generation that has repeated before, where they faced a lot of death. Let's become wiser. Let's become wiser and save our generation, because we are the future. Our country needs you and the harbinger of process. We are the future. So let's save our generation, spread lives, and spread awareness and save lives. If I say spread the word, can you say save lives? Spread the word. Save lives. I want to hear it louder. Spread the word. Save lives. Yes, let's spread the word and save lives. In conclusion, I again want to thank our Inspector General Assam Rifle, Major General Vikas Lakira Sina Medal, our Commander 7th Sector Brigadier Vikram Singh, Commandant 28 Assam Rifles, our Colonel Devil, and his team for organizing such an important event that is really happening in our society and the need of the hour. So I really thank you all for organizing such this event. Thank you very much. Thank you all.